Alright, so here we go. On the left is Team Trance Representificators, and on the right is Team Persistent. We do have a pretty speedy guy on the left. We can expect him to be running around and capping a lot. There's no one on the right who's all that fast. It looks like the team on the right will be favoring. Nice, great start for Team Trance. They're going to be able to get to this midpoint and take a little more ground. But both teams arrive at the same time. We see a 2-2 split, so it's going to... Both teams are going to end up in two 2v2 duels. Team Trance is doing an awesome job of getting Team Persistent off of that bottom middle point, so they've already taken control and are at a 2-1 spawn advantage. So Team Trance has already taken over this match. Now it's on Team Persistent to make this duel happen and then move up into that top left spawn. If this 2v2 does pan out in favor of Team Persistent, then they'll be able to work their way into the top left point, but Argatha is coming up to the upper left to reinforce, so this is turning into a 3v2 that they are trying to clean up as fast as they can. Meanwhile, Trance, the one and only, is trying to hold off two members. He's doing a pretty good job of staying alive, but he is, he's about to die. He died. So this is going to let these two members sweep down into that bottom point unless Team Trance pulls someone off, and they aren't, so they're just going to trade points, leaving them at a 2-1 spawn advantage still. So Team Trance is going to have to respond to this back capper here, and they're going to have to respond pretty quickly, either by taking this bottom middle point or sending someone to that top left point, and it looks like they're going to... They see the cap happening, so they're going to go for the cap down here, and they are at man advantage. They have the person advantage, so they should be able to win this fight, but they have to win it pretty quickly, because this guy is booking it. Pohan, whose name I definitely recognize, has taken 2 points for Trance's 1. Team Trance still has a 20 spawn ticket advantage that Team Persistent has to make up, but I think Team Trance is going to be able to do it. Pohan is working his magic, getting another back cap in. Zarth is going to have to hold off 2, or at least get on this point to delay it, and it looks like that isn't happening, so Team Persistent is taking the lead after that sweep of back caps. They are consistently holding more points than Team Trance. These two are going to wrest control of that top right point unless... Yep, so Team Trance takes the top right point back. So Trance gets their 2 spawn point advantage back, and they might be able to cap 3 here, but it looks like Team Persistent is not about to let that happen. They're going to take 2 points for this one. So this is great for Team Persistent. They might be trading away this bottom middle point, but they're doing an excellent job in getting 2 points in return. So that was a great play on Team Persistent's part. Neon Afro almost going down there. Just barely stays alive by that wall and healing beams from Zarth. So Team Trance is trying to take control back. A duel is erupting here. It's Trance versus Cheetah Man. I hope Trance can pull this off, but he is at a health disadvantage. That was a nice ward swap to avoid the steam damage, but Cheetah Man, with awesome rotations, punches through Trance's defenses and is able to finish him. So that was an excellent finish game, or an excellent close on Cheetah's part. Neon Afro trying to take on their whole team. He's getting backup from Argatha. who seems to be lagging a little bit. Nice knockdown from Argatha. Whoa, really nice flash freeze there, and a nice finish from Argatha. They're going to be able to take this point over pretty smoothly. However, this sneaky guy, what's your name? Albus Dumbledore, who may or may not die. He backcapped that bottom point, leaving Team Persistent at the point advantage. And it looks like Team Persistent is about to get a 3-cap. Team Trance has to do something, and they are. Trance is coming up to help. Oh, that's not good. So now it's up to Trance to take this point away. But there's no rush, because Trance does control this bottom point. Alright, I lied. Trance doesn't control the bottom point, but they did capture this top right point, so the match goes on, and Team Trance is still holding a ticket advantage. So good for Team Trance. It feels like they've been down. They haven't been able to seize and maintain that 2-spawn advantage that they had earlier on in the game, but for somehow they've managed to stay ahead. It looks like Imzarth has disconnected, so Team Trance is really going to have to pull a rabbit out of their hat now, because they are playing with a man down. So, this is a first in the tournament where one of the players has disconnected. So now, Trance is doing a pretty good job. They're in a 3v4. I think all Persistent has to do is run around and cap a lot, since they have a permanent man advantage. Oof. Oof. The double toilet. I think Team Persistent is a European-based team, so I think Team Trance has... they might have a bit of a lag or latency advantage. I don't know for sure where Team Persistent is based. But it looks like Team Trance is going to pull this one out of a hat. They still have their ticket advantage. They still have their ticket advantage, and they almost have a spawn advantage. It looks like Argatha was just kind of chilling out on the top right point. I know he won a duel up there, but I'm not sure if he needed to stay quite that long. Argatha is given Dumbledore all kinds of trouble with a bunch of knockdowns. A lot of chill. Come on, Argatha, you can do it. Okay, you might not be able to do it, because now there are 2 of them, and they're at 0 tickets. So just kill some of them. I know it's a 2v1, but I know you can do it. I think he might be able to do it. His defense is going pretty well, but the players have flanked him on each side, so it's going to be more difficult for him to defend. His barriers are doing pretty good work. He's gotten good damage back onto the other players, and for being a single man, that was pretty good work. Trance comes in to save the day. Argatha, you can buy him a drink later. Trance getting some chill down onto Dumbledore. Dumbledore won't find himself moving, but he switched wards, so I guess it's fine. Trance needs to switch attacks and stop trying to chill him. He got some nice mines under Dumbledore. He definitely didn't see that coming. 2 Raven is running for his life. He might have a revive. Hopefully he's packing revive. His fate is catching up to him, though. Trance putting on his boots and running super fast. I don't think Raven's going to pull this one out. And that's game! Team Trance wins. Man down and everything. They might have had a lag advantage, but if you... why don't we look at the scoreboard really quick? It seemed... Team Persistent did a pretty good job in capturing a lot of things. Imzarth may not have contributed very much this match, but Trance and Neon Afro and Argotha were all sporting positive KDA ratios, so Trance did an awesome job killing. So even though they didn't seem to be able to keep up in the captures, they did win this match by having a really positive kill-to-death ratios and avoiding having to respawn and use up tickets that way. So an excellent match played by Team Trance. Unfortunately, Team Persistent couldn't do it. I hope it wasn't strictly due to lag. If that's the case, that's just the way these things go sometimes.